Today let's look at top 10 Snorlax cards that I like and would love to have in my collection. Some of these I already got, but regardless, let's look at them in terms of art mainly instead of fab, which is the reason most of us, or at least some of us, collect cards. So first off, number 10 in the list is this big Snorlax guy from Lost Origin. I like this card. I like to see Snorlax eating with the trainer, although I don't even know who the trainer is. Oh, I like this Snorlax, and I like the skill this Snorlax has, although I don't know what the Snorlax is eating. I assume it is some kind of dried fruit, which looks pretty good. Next up, number 9 is a Snorlax from Delta species. This is such an old card, which I kind of think that when I was a kid I had this card, but it is a fake card. I was young, and you know that at some point there are a lot of counterfeit cards out there. I really think I have this one, but I can't find it anymore. Probably maybe I toasted it when the family moved or somehow. But I really want to get this card back. Last I checked, it is not that expensive, but maybe someday I will collect all the Snorlax. Going to number 8 is this big Snorlax guy that is standing in the center of the corridor, and I like how the ability is blocked, which is exactly what this Snorlax is doing. Imagine this Snorlax is here because someone interrupted his sleep or interrupted him when he is eating. This is a blue border card, which I think is very special compared to the silver or the orange borders. So if a card is special and the hollow pattern is special, I like it. I'm a simple guy. Number 7 is a rocket Snorlax. This Snorlax looks to be a happy one that is sleeping. Looks like he was trying to do something, but somehow he fell asleep. I wonder why Team Rocket would want a Snorlax to be working. We all know that Snorlax is pretty much only good at blocking things or eating stuff. Maybe Team Rocket is going to send Snorlax to enemy space, so Snorlax will eat everything and leaving the enemies with nothing to eat. Going on, number 6 is a level 37 Snorlax. I remember these cards. I think I saw these when I was a kid. I like when I see a Snorlax with level 37, I wonder whether there will be a level 99 Snorlax or even level 100 Snorlax, which we know that doesn't exist. All I like is Snorlax eating and with food and running around somehow like a Snorlax. So I really like this card. This card almost looks like he is trying to gather all the apple, and maybe someone is trying to chase behind Snorlax to take back the apple. And I wonder how fast Snorlax runs. I imagine Snorlax doesn't run too fast, but somehow with Snorlax is this big a guy, it will be hard to stop him regardless. But maybe you can manage to steal a few apples from Snorlax. Next up, number 5 on the list, we have this Snorlax from Sword and Shield base set. I like this Snorlax. It kind of gives the vibe of the Gengar card from Fusion Strike, which is the Gengar with a big mouth trying to eat everything. It feels like the everything Gengar is trying to eat is actually the VMAX Snorlax stomach, and trying to eat what's on Snorlax stomach, which I wonder what that can be. But this Snorlax is pretty cute, and looking at him, it looks like he has been lying around doing nothing for so long that trees and plants can grow on his stomach. You should check out my reviews on this card. I compared the English version of this card and the Japanese version of this card. In terms of the texture, I think the Japanese card has a lot more details. For the English one, like the texture is on the card, like the whole card, you have the one pattern of the hollow. But in the Japanese card, the trees and the flower and Snorlax, they all have a different layer to it and a different kind of pattern, which is one of the reasons I like Japanese cards. They have more details to it that if you look closer, you will appreciate them more. So next up, to number 4. Number 4 is this level X Snorlax. Look at him. He is so cute with a big mouth that seems to be screaming how you should feed a Snorlax, which is a very Snorlax thing. Look at his right hand is pointing at his mouth and the left hand trying to get your food. So you better be careful before Snorlax will take your food. I think this is also one of the few Snorlax cards, if not the only one, which Snorlax seems to be interacting with you as or me as the person who is looking at the card, because most of the time the card art is like the Pokemon is not aware that there is a frame around him, her, they. Yeah, usually the Pokemon, it is a photo and the Pokemon don't show that they realize that there is a frame around them. But for this Snorlax, it is pretty clear that he burst out of the frame to try to get your food. So remember to feed your Snorlax. A happy Snorlax is a good Snorlax. I really like this card. Maybe someday I really need it in my collection. Next up, as we go up to the top, it is getting harder and harder to find and compare which one I want to put on the top spots. But here we go. Number 3 is this Snorlax that seems to be summoning something, like if some magic tricks under his sleeves, if he even wear a cloth. I wonder what Snorlax is trying to do. Maybe he is trying for world domination so that he can get all the food. I wonder whether this is a scene in one of the enemies. As I grow up, most of the time I play the DS game, and inside Snorlax doesn't do much other than sitting in between places and blocking the road. Speaking of which, I remember that I still have yet to do a shiny hunting for Snorlax in my Pokemon game. Maybe I should do that after I hunt episode. I'm trying for that for like on and off for a month or something, and episode is still not a shiny Pokemon in my shiny decks. Moving on to number 2 is this Snorlax full art card from 151. In English, this is such a cheap card. This comes from the ETB, and it's like a $1 if that. But I really like this card. When you look at this Snorlax, it's like what I mentioned in the DS game. All Snorlax do is sit around and block the path. From this photo of Snorlax and Diglett and Pidgeot, you just see that Snorlax is sleeping, doing his Snorlax thing, while Diglett staring at Snorlax, seemingly thinking how deep he should go and how far he should go so that he can avoid bumping into Snorlax when he resurfaces again. While Pidgeot is like, this is how Snorlax is. So, are you new here? And I really like this piece of art. Somehow I wish that Snorlax will get more full art in the future as Scarlet and Violet sets. Joltik already got 2 full art, so I think like 2 illustration rare. So I think it won't be far-fetched for Snorlax to get more than 1 illustration rare too. Or maybe for Snorlax to get one that is rare, and that will be worth more money somehow. Even though it may mean it will cost me more to get the Snorlax card. BAR at the number 1 spot, which is this Snorlax from Mysterious Mountain. I put up the Japanese card for this card because I think that in Japanese version, Snorlax in an onsen or in a hot spring, and for the set to be called the Mysterious Mountain is a lot nicer, and he's differently from the English version. I have this card in his lab and I really like it. Even though my card version is not a holo card, I really like the art behind this, and Snorlax looks to be so chill. This is my list from number 1 to number 10. There are more Snorlax cards, but I think that we can still use more Snorlax cards. I heard that Team Rocket set is kind of doing a comeback sometime in the future. I hope that we will have more Rocket Snorlax, or just nicer Snorlax cards, more illustration rares, more full art for Snorlax. As you all know, I really like Snorlax, and yeah, maybe next time we can look at some other top 10 cards of a Pokemon that I like. I'm thinking about doing one for Ursaluna, which is a bear, and I also like bear, or do Arcanine, which I have so many favorite Pokemon that maybe I should do a top 10 Pokemon, but there are like 1,000 Pokemon by now. It will take me some time to go through and pick out the top 10. Anyway, this is a shop blog for my eBay store and card store. I sell cards. You can check out my cards on my eBay store in the comment section. Sometimes I do live card breaks. You can join me. We can open some Pokemon cards together. Hopefully you'll pull something nice. And sometimes I sell webs in my stream too. So be sure to check it out. Join my Discord so we can chat Pokemon. And the only rules there, like one of the only rules, is that Snorlax is the best Pokemon ever. No one is going to argue with me over there. If you argue about Snorlax, I will block you. Jokes aside, join me on the Discord. We can share Pokemon arts and just talk Pokemon. I will also put notification to the streams there. That's all for today. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Drop a like and subscribe, those YouTube kind of things, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.